John had always dreamed of studying at a good university. After he had passed his matric, he received his acceptance letter from the university of his dreams. His whole family and friends gathered to celebrate his achievements. His mother teared joyful tears. The next day, John left to the city. With him, he carried his determination, his faith, and importantly, his hope of building a better future. At his arrival, the city felt different, far different from the dusty road of his small town, different from anything he had ever known. The atmosphere, the accents, the cultures, and new faces everywhere. At the university, the marshal directed him to his new residence room. And when he first arrived at his residence room, he met his roommate named Kyle, the local student. Kyle seemed confident and relaxed. Kyle grew up in the city. The place was not foreign to him. It was his home. It didn't take long for John to soon realize that behind Kyle's smile laid someone who enjoyed overpowering others. At first, Kyle mocked John about his accent, laughed at his clothes, how he cooked, and sometimes hid his textbooks just to frustrate him. John overlooked all the mocking. He remained calm. He didn't want trouble, and he was afraid that if he reported Kyle, other students would see him as being dramatic or weak. So he endured the bullying quietly. Each night, he cried silent tears, and his heart silently prayed for the strength to keep going, the strength to never lose hope. Despite the tension in his room, John kept his attention on his studies. He woke up early morning, happy that he made it through the night and ready to face the day. He would freshen up, praising God in his heart, and left for his lectures. John liked to sit at the front row during lectures. And for him to sit there, he made sure that he always arrives few minutes before his lesson begins. It became his daily routine. After lesson, when other students leave to their commune, he also left, but not to make friends, not to the commune, but to the library. He spent long hours in the library studying his books. John had two favorite spots at the university. It was either the library or church. John loved going to the church. The church became his place of peace, where he could breathe and feel closer to home. Even then, the thoughts of what awaits him in his room never fully left his mind. As the year went by, Kyle continued in making life difficult for John by throwing John things around, inviting loud friends over late at night, and constantly teasing him. John felt trapped between fear and pride. His heart wanted to speak up, but his mind kept saying, "Just finish the year. Do not cause trouble." So he kept quiet and carried his burden alone. It was indeed a heavy year for him. He was far from home, far from his people, and far from his friend. He endured the bullying. He cried late at night and smiled in the morning. Finally, the academic year came to an end. Students packed their bags with excitement, ready to go home, and John was relieved that he was going home, where he was loved by all. He thought he was free from all the bullying. He thought he was free from the stress of residence life. It didn't take long before all the painful moments revisited him. The torture kept flashing in his mind. Even when sitting at home with his family, John found himself worrying about the next academic year, wondering if things would still be the same, or if the fear, the teasing, and loneliness would follow him again. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe for part 2.